composer that ever lived. Mozart was born in the year 1756. He was born in Salzburg, Austria. He came from a very musical family, where his father Leopold was a violinist and a composer. The musical period which he lived during was called the classical period. It was a more reserved period of music, followed after the Baroque period, which was very loud, choppy kind of music.
Mozart was a child prodigy. He started composing piano pieces at the age of 5 and traveling all over Europe with his father and sister playing for royalty, emperors and empresses. At the age of 6, he had mastered both the piano and violin. Mozart had his first musical composition published when he was only 7 years old. At the age of 12, he had written his first opera. Some of the ways he made his years of steady fun while he was young was by improvising at the piano, performing pieces perfectly by heart and surprising people with his amazing memory even as a young child. Mozart would often go so far to play the piano with his hands hidden by a cloth so he could not see the keys and still play perfectly.
At the age of 13, Mozart found a job in the court of the Archbishop of Salzburg, where he worked for 12 years. Mozart was still traveling and performing often. He was always trying for new jobs and to expand his talent. This made the Archbishop angry and he fired Mozart, which Mozart did not mind. He wanted to go find new adventures and places to play. Mozart moved to Vienna to seek his fortune that he had been so successful there as a small child. He was no longer a child and was not as successful in finding work. He began to write operas to make some money. Once again, he succeeded. The people flocked to hear the music and see his operas. He drove his rivals nuts with his ability to compose music so easy, and the stories for his operas seemed to just spring into his mind. While he was there, he met Joseph Haydn, who would be a lifelong friend. Haydn was also a wonderful musician and a composer. They had much in common and kept each other company on many days.
When Mozart was 25, he met and married his wife Constance. They had 6 children, but only 2 survived to adult years. The names were Anna Maria and Franz. Things started to improve for Mozart as he was now married and growing his family. He decided to visit and perform in Prague with his family. Prague was now was part of the Czech Republic in 1786. The city of Prague could not get enough of Mozart's opera. Crowds would beg to hear his opera entitled The Marriage of Figaro. In 1787, Mozart was commissioned by the emperor to write an opera to celebrate the marriage of his niece. He wrote the tale of Don Juan. This also became a world-renowned opera.
Tales of Mozart's quickness in writing became legendary. He was once approached by a beggar on the street. He had no money, but he did have a piece of paper in his pocket. He quickly drew stacked lines and on it and wrote an agreement and a trio in just a few moments. He had handed this to the beggar and told him to take his music to the publisher of the time. He knew this gentleman would purchase this music once he heard Mozart had written it and would give the money to the beggar.
In the year 1791, in July, a stranger had heard of Mozart's talent and asked him to write a requiem. A requiem is a funeral mass. While composing the requiem, Mozart found himself becoming ill. He did not know what was wrong or making him ill. At times, he felt was writing this piece for himself. On December 4th, 1791, he asked his friends to sing parts of it with him as he lay sick in bed. The next day, on December 5th, 1791, Mozart died with the requiem not finished. No one at the time knew why this great man was fun and dead.
So even though he was only 35 years old when he died, he had accomplished so much in his life. He left us with music which is still played and spoken about today. He composed such things as operas, symphonies, concertos, and chamber music. Mozart's music was the essence of the classical style. It was filled with elegance, grace, yet high-spirited, and had a deep vein of emotion to many of his pieces. So here is an example of his timeline in a visual way.